Hi everyone, this is part 2 or 3, part 3 of the toilet paper mini that I started earlier today for Friday Fun Bits for today, something different rather than just a video, so you can walk through. If you are making one alongside, feel free to pause or stop or ask a question if you're on live. I just tried the Martha Stewart circle cutter, which to me failed. I find it's a fail. I might use it as a lazy Susan for my stickles rather than to actually use it as a circle cutter. Blades are really sharp, but this just doesn't, well, people who are on can attest to the fact that it was just not worth the effort. So I'm going to freehand it. So I've placed the sticker, this one with a vintage advertising, on this pink paper, which matches quite nicely actually. And I'm going to go around best I can, moving the paper, not the scissors. No, let me trim this off. It'll be easier than a large piece of paper. And the sticker was clear, otherwise I would have put it directly on. But it's just, it would have just melted into the background. I think having the pink on it will give it a little more definition. And I'm going to suspend my perfection for the fact that it doesn't have to be a perfect, pristine circle. And I think that's close enough. So I'm going to trim this off so I can use it for something else later. Put in my little stash of paper. And the paper that I'm using is the Textura Blank Cardstock. It's from, I got this from scrapbook.com. And it's 20 sheets of 6x6 in various shades. So I thought that might be nice for the cover. Maybe on a dimension. I think I might even want to distress the edge of this a little, just to tone down that really, really bright edge. Now some of the brightness will still appear underneath because the sticker is clear, so this distressing is only going to, the distress ink will only show up on the exposed edge. It's kind of a nice combination though. So you have the dark and the light. And I'm using Gathered Twigs distress ink with my finger dauber. And I think I want to have that on a little bit of a dimension, so if this is the front and the binding is going to be right here, which I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to use to bind, so just thinking through that process. But I thought I'd at least make the dimensional layers. I forgot to grab the water. I think I'm going to use dimensional tape. And you're likely to hear all sorts of noises because it seems like all the neighbors are home and all the dogs are waiting for things to happen. Sorry about that. So I think I like that there. I'm gonna grab some of the flowers and try to position them to see where I'd like them. I'm rather keen on this bright pink one here. I apologize for the crackling for those who don't like it. It's really the only way to get into the package. I think I really like one of these, but I think I'm going to distress it a little because it is very bright right now. And I also pulled out some of these tiny little fuchsia buds. I'm going to leave the green stems on, or the green leaves on, because there's some green in the paper. I might even leave this on and wind it around because there's vines all throughout the paper front. Uh-oh. Ramsey's back. So I think if I hit the leaves with my Distress ink, I'm going to give it kind of a almost past its prime rose look. I'll show you that in a second. Just tones down some of the really bright petal pinks. The mulberry paper is far more resilient than you would think. It's very sturdy, so don't be afraid of handling it or putzing around with it. I'm just going to squish the little vines just a little more. Let's see. It'll focus in a sec. There you go. That was Ramsey choking in the background. So kind of like that. And then put a few of these rosebuds around it. I should check to see what other pink flowers I have, pink roses, because these would be really dainty. But I definitely need a few more to fill in. Right, I like that really large one, but I think I have smaller ones. I think that one might do nicely. Yeah, I think that will go nicely. I put the toilet paper rolls in the microwave to sanitize them, for those who are slightly wigged out about where they're coming from. And that kills any possible airborne bacteria kind of thing on it. Just 30 seconds. So now this rose matches the other one a little more. So there's what it looks like after adding the distress versus the before. You see the brilliance is knocked down and it gives it that little bit of age. Like it was left on the vine for a little too long. Weathered. I think I'm going to do the same thing to each of these little buds. Sorry. Ramsey! Honey, come here. Come here, Rams. Munchkin, come here. Never a dull moment around here. That's for sure. Okay, so I have these three. Let me plug my glue gun in. Lie down, Rams. Lie down, honey. I have an extra glue stick on the standby in case I need it. I think I might just put it in now and wait for that to heat up for me. I did grab a little iridescent butterfly in this pink. Yes, the garden has started, and I owe a garden video. We have a gorgeous crop of parsley and mint. Sage came back like a vengeance. It's the 4th year I haven't planted any sage or parsley. Even rosemary is back in the garden. I'm just quite impressed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one down towards the side. And it's just an 1/8 inch foam dimensional right here. And then this big rose will go over here, a smaller one, and then I'll put in the little fillers. Maybe the butterfly right there. Just want to wind these around something narrower than what I was using because they're smaller. And our next door neighbor finished this lawn, but now I could hear our back neighbor. You can use paper towel paper towel roll centers as well. You can get probably good 2 or 3 of these out of there, depending on the brand you use and how long they are. This is going to be the prevailing sound of the summer. Mowers, dogs, ice cream trucks. Okay, we'll be here. I'm just waiting for the glue gun. Okay, these little heads on. I kind of like the spirally pokes poking out. So I might poke that one in that direction, that one in this one. Oh, I understand if you can't stay. Not quite heated up. So there's the basic layout. Pretty simple, nothing too fancy. Things don't have to be fancy in order for them to be pleasing to the eye. It's just a matter of kind of the composition and coloring, and I like all the distressing, all the browns and the pinks. Now there's a symphony of lawnmowers because the neighbor across the street is home and mowing the lawn. So I think that makes 3. I think I have some journaling spot stamps that I could use on the backs of these, and these are definitely too glaringly white. So I'm thinking what I might need to do is tone them down just ever so slightly, maybe with old paper. Although I think yesterday I figured out that old paper, at least the marker old paper, is more green than it is cream. So let me try this on a sample tag versus one of the ones that is already created. So here's old paper, and it certainly doesn't look like it's green, but the marker old paper went on a little green, and actually you could see a little green in it. I have some glitter or something in it. That definitely matches better than the glaring white. The white's just a little too white. I probably should have cut them out of cream color paper, but since I already had them cut out, I didn't think much of it. This is a really juicy ink pad. You can see a reflection in it. But it'll dry. So try that out, see what that looks like dry. So I'll have that on standby. And where did I get the... How's the glue doing? Ooh. And I don't add a lot of glue to my flowers, just enough to make them... I think I want to make another one of these because it seems off balance having just the 2. And then I'm going to have the little filler flowers. All this lawn mowing and warmth really makes me want some watermelon, cold watermelon from the fridge. I think I might have to go the produce place and get some down in hand. And I think I like that. That's good. I think I'll just tuck these in. Right on top, actually, like they're itty bitty little ones growing. And I'll pull this down afterwards. Loose knots. Not a problem. I think this last one I'm going to tuck under the back one. And I'll hit it with my heat gun to get rid of the glue snot things. I'll pull off as many as I can off. So that would be the cover. So the sticker's on the paper, and then 1/8 inch dimensional, one large rose, a couple of smaller ones, and a few of those little itty bitty rosettes tucked in here and there. And I think I'm gonna put the butterfly over here. There's like all this competition from my attention. What? What? Do you have to go potty? I'm sorry, I have to drop off. One of the dogs has to go POTTY, and he's the one who doesn't go out by himself. So I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes.